Okay, I think I've started streaming. Let's do the obligatory audio check. And then, man, I am out of it today. I have not done, not opened Streamer's song list. Okay, I think I hear myself. Hey, how's it going? Welcome in GipsonLens and Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the GipsonLens got the updated emote. Awesome. Thanks for the lurk. And then Chan the Magic Man's got, ooh, nice, nice, nice. And hi, Bert. All right, there we go. All right, let's see here. And then, what am I doing here? Durkee Blaine. Hello, welcome in. How's it going, Durkee Blaine? How you doing tonight? Okay, let's see here. First things first, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's pin this until the end. Okay. All right, cool. Next, let me, don't switch here. Anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? Oh, thanks, Chan. How's everybody doing this weekend? Hopefully, everybody has had a wonderful weekend. It is the last official weekend of September, so September is actually going to end soon. Chad says, great! Turkey Blaine says, doing well. Excellent. I'm glad to hear you guys are doing well and great. So let's see here. I can do this and then, okay. All right, nifty. Okay, all right. So, um, good news, bad news. Good news. I have not. I learned a new trick. Bad news. I haven't learned much else. But anyway, let's begin stream like I normally would, and that is putting on my cheating gloves. So here's the cheating gloves. We put those on. So we're gonna put these on right now. But yeah, so interesting thing. So the original trick, if anybody's familiar with Roy Walton, it's called Ambitious 1 2 3 4. Um, I actually right before stream I was recording it for YouTube. So that'll go live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. But I had to adapt it because normally you would need a spectator to select a card, choose 1 2 3 or 4 to choose a number between one. But I had a D6, which is a six-sided die, and I was like, it'd be weird if we could only choose 4 from it because there's like a 5 and a 6. And so what do you do when there's a 5 and a 6? It'd be awkward because you have to re-roll it. If you get 6 and 5, and you have to re-roll it a bunch of times. But so I'm like, let me just adapt the trick to just have 5 and 6. And I was like, hey, that it worked out. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. It does extend the length of the trick, but that's okay. Like, I don't think it's actually that difficult a trick, but I was trying to figure out how to change the ending too, and so I was like, let me just see how I can do the ending. And I went through like 3 different endings, and I'm like, I like one way more than the others because I can do it consistently. And so I was like, all right, so that was my weekend, or that was my week of learning a new trick. But that was the only trick, so I worked a lot on the one trick, and that's it. Okay, so cheating fingers are in. Next, oh yeah, because so guys, if you've been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated in a bit, please hydrate. Today I'm having black tea. I think this is Irish black, or no, Irish breakfast black tea. Okay, all right, thanks for getting that, Chan. All right, next we have the TwitchCon deck. So let's pull that out. the Twitch deck. Sorry, not the TwitchCon deck. I mean, it was the TwitchCon deck from not this year, but last year, 2023. But here we go. And so, yeah, half of the deck is signed. The other half is not signed. If anybody would like to sign a deck, sorry, sign a card, we have a way for you guys to do that here. Hey, E-Room, welcome in. How's it going? E-Room. E-Room banged me, guys. E-Room banged me. What? Alright, there we go. Yeah, you guys didn't hear it? E-Room just that was very loud. Welcome to E-Room. How's it going? How you doing today? Hopefully you had a great weekend. Alright, so let me, let's see here. What do I want to do? Let me put in a magician's choice. And that is the... I'm going to do the new trick first. Can't possibly get any worse if I mess this one up, right? All the other tricks I theoretically know. So let's see here. Let me get... I'll do the 6-card version. Because why not? Okay, there's nothing like warming up than a brand new trick, right? Nothing like warming up to a brand new trick. All right. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna start off with the magician's choice. All right. So first things first. I've set aside the ace. Whoops. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of spades, and the rest of the deck. I mean, this is the Twitch deck, so it's. So we can have a card selected by having somebody say stop. It doesn't really matter what it is, but just so long as it's not one of these top 6, because I'm just put the top 6 back. All right, so let's say they say stop here. It doesn't really matter what it is per se, so I'm just gonna flip it and we'll reveal it for everybody. So it is the Queen of Hearts. All right, so I'm gonna leave the Queen of Hearts sticking out right here. And now I need a number selected between 1 and 6. So if anybody who's in chat would like to select a number, you are welcome to please give me a number. I will choose the first number. I will take the first number that somebody has chosen in chat. It looks like E-Room says 3. All right, so 3 is going to be the special one where we'll do something different. All of the other ones, we will do basically the same thing. All right, so here we have the ace. If I take the ace and place it under the 2, you would think that now the 2's on top. Not if I snap. That snap's going to bring the ace back up to the top. Now we should have the 2, but if I take the 2 and place it underneath the 3, it should be, the 3 should be next, unless I snap. So that's going to bring the 2 back up to the top. Okay, so now here's the thing that's different because you chose the number 3, and so here's the 3. I'm going to leave the 3 here, face down, and we'll just move on to the number 4. So here's the number 4. Now if I take the number 4 and I place it underneath the 5, if I snap, that 4 is going to jump back up to the top. I know, super weird, super weird. But now if we have the 5, now I'm going to take the 5 and I'm going to place it underneath the 6. If I snap, that's going to bring it back up to the top. There's the 5. Okay. And now here is the 6. If I go ahead and I take the 6, instead I'm going to place it into the middle of this packet, like, right in there. Now here's the thing. You can still snap and make the 6 jump back up to the top. So now here's the thing. Here's the selection, right? So if I just go ahead and I push that into this packet and I place it on top of this packet, it's somewhere in the middle of here. I kind of know where it is, but it's not really going to be easily accessible, right? However, if I go ahead and I just use this card, the 3 of spades, and just wave it over the its mate, the three of clubs, something magical is going to happen. And not that they're going to make babies, but now you'll notice something. Now this is personally, this is divergent from the actual original trick. This is like my handling. I've adapted it. But now you'll see that your selection is facing in the opposite direction. I know, is that strange? That's super strange, right? At this point, I forgot what the selection was. Was this selection? Do you guys remember? All right, so here it is. Are you ready to be impressed? Because you should be when I show you. Wait. This is actually the three of spades. What was our selection, everybody? I thought this was the three of spades, but this is actually the three of spades. So hold on, wait. So our card is. So what card is this? I bet you this is our selection. Ready? Here we go. That is our Queen of Hearts. Which, strangely enough, the mate is also over there. What a coincidence. All right. Anyway, guys. That is the new trick. I'm not sure if I want to put that on the trick list yet, but it's kind of a cool, fun trick. I like it. I did a lot to change it. Like when I was typing out my magician's notes afterwards for my YouTube video, I was like, oh, I changed this, I changed that, I changed this. Oh man, I changed a lot of stuff in this. So I was like, okay, cool. Thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. E-Room, Darky Blaine, Chan the Magic Man. E-Room says, nice one, nice one. Thank you kindly. All right, so yeah, that was my handling and performance of a trick called Ambitious 1 2 3 4, but I adapted it to be 1 2 3 4 5 6. And because I used a six-sided die to randomize on my YouTube video, but otherwise I could do the 4-card version. But I mean, if I can do the 6-card version, it's like, why, why? So for a lot of people who aren't aware of why magicians like to have shorter tricks is usually because they want to show more people the trick, or if they're doing like a walk around, they have to fill a certain amount of time to entertain everybody with like some number of tricks. But when I'm doing tricks on a stream, I am trying to fill as much time as possible. So there's basically no point in me not doing the longer version of a trick. So anyway, mind blowing, says Ricky Charms. Welcome in, Ricky Charms. How's it going? Anyway, welcome in everybody who has hopped in recently or hasn't heard me ask how everybody's weekend was. Hopefully everybody's doing well. And everybody let me know if you want to wake up when September ends, because September is going to end really soon. So did everybody have a good September or nah? My September was mixed bag. Mostly good except for a couple of things, but okay, next we have a request. So let me get ready for said request. But yeah, so that is where we're at today. Looks like Chan wants some hallucinations, which is potentially timely, because if anybody is into the world of generative AI, and if you've used things like ChatGPT or other, like Llama or what's the Apple version? Apple AI, I think. Hallucinations are basically the things that generative AI creates that are definitely fake, but like it can't control it. So, and then let's see. It looks like E-Room wants to see some kung fu. I'm in the trick, kung fu trick. So I do technically know a little bit of kung fu because I learned some kung fu when I was in elementary school. Elementary to middle school, I think, was when I think I took like 3 years of it, but. Okay, all right. So, here we go. We have the 4 kings. We have the king of diamonds, the king of clubs, the king of hearts, and the king of spades. Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. welcome in. How are you doing? How is your weekend? We are beginning a trick called hallucinations. All right, so first things first, we have our 4 kings. If we're doing something like, I want to do something interesting with the kings. So here, if I take the kings and I place 2 face up and 2 face down, you would expect that if I was to close them all up and turn them face down, that they were all facing in the same direction. That's what you would expect until I do my magical gesture. Usually a lot of people snap. Maybe I should like... Alright, that's the one for this trick right now. So here, we're going to go ahead and show you that all the cards are facing the same direction. I know, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Strange? Strange. It's okay. We're going to break a rule of magic. We'll do it again. So look. King face up. King face up. 2 kings face down. Close it up. Turn it face down. And... Does that sound good? Does that sound realistic? But look, now everything's face down in the same direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I know some people think that magicians usually want to use the aces, and to that I would say you're correct, and so that's why a lot of tricks use the aces, and I probably should have used the aces for this one. So instead of having a king, let me just go ahead and give it a magical twist, and that magical twist is going to actually make one of these kings turn into an ace. And I'm going to go ahead and do that again. And that's going to make another king turn into another ace. And then if I just give it 2 more, that's actually going to make the whole pile turn into aces. Because look, we have ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, we have the ace of spades, and of course the ace of hearts. Okay, guys. Alright. Well, first of all, thank you for the resub, Chan the Magic Man. Alright, so now we're going to have to figure out how to deal with hype train. So for those of you who don't know, we have to do as many tricks as fast as possible when there's a hype train. Alright, well, we were just twisting aces, so let me show you. We're going to be using the 4 aces for something interesting. So, look, if I go ahead and I show you that, look, I'm going to go ahead and turn these aces face down. If I place the ace of spades face up amongst them, you'll see that it's still there because you'll see it face up. But all I have to do is my magical gesture. That's actually going to make that disappear because, look, now they're all kind of face down, right? Okay, so here's the thing. This is what I want to do. If I shake the packet, that's actually going to make one of the aces turn face up. I know, that's super strange, it's super weird, but look, if I go ahead and I hold the packet and I shake it, the shaking is actually going to do everything, right? So, I don't know if you can tell, but look, now if I show you, one of them is going to turn face up. It is going to be the ace of diamonds. Now if I hold the packet and give it another shake, that's going to be another ace, in this case. The ace of clubs. Some people believe that I actually have to do it while the cards are face down. But look, I'll just do it face up really quick. Just watch. Ready? I don't know if you can tell, but that ace of clubs has turned into an ace of hearts. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay, so we have one more ace to hit up, and that's going to be... Yeah, so... Here. Let me show you that we've got... Wait. Do I have one more ace? Yeah, okay. Actually. Here. So all the aces are face down. Oh, no, we did them all, right? Okay. So here's the thing. If I flip this packet... if I flip the top card over this packet, we can change the aces really fast, okay? Not just this one, but this one as well. So watch, this is going to happen really quick. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can tell. But actually, that wasn't just that one ace. That was actually all of them. Is that strange? This is super strange, right? That should not happen. Okay, what else can we do with 4 aces during a hype train? Okay, let's go ahead and select. Sorry, we're gonna collect all the aces together, and we will. Let's see here. So we have ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, and ace of spades. I'm gonna leave the ace of spades over here, and we're gonna go ahead and have all of the aces dealt out here, like this. And then we're gonna place just 3 cards onto each pile, like this. I can turn this face down. Okay, 3 cards, 3 cards, 3 cards. Okay. Now, first things first, I'm just going to touch these 2 piles, and that ace is going to travel from here to there. Because now, if I show you, there's actually no aces over here. And now if I show you, look, we knew that the ace of spades was here, because that's the one I put here. There's 2 other cards, and then there's the ace of hearts that has jumped. Okay, let's go ahead and touch these 2. Now if I show you these cards, there's actually no aces here. If I show you, once again, we knew that the ace of spades was here, but look, there's now the ace of hearts, and the ace of clubs has now jumped. And now last one, I don't know if you can tell, but look, now we have the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, and ace of spades. Now, some people might suspect that this is a sleight of hand magic stream, and to that I would say, yes, you're correct. But look, if I go ahead and I take the ace of spades, and if you were here, you could put your hand on top of this pile. So place your hand on top of that pile and make sure that there's no possible way that I would be able to get to that without you knowing. I'll place my mouse onto it. And then here we have all the other aces. And here I would tap your hand. All right, just make sure. You tell me if you feel anything weird. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I was able to suck that ace of spades through your hand into this packet, because now we have the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, and this is the ace of spades. And now you can take off your hand and inspect the cards as much as you would like, because none of these are aces. And of course they're all signed, so I mean the aces are as unique as it can be. Woo! Okay, alright. Alright, let's take a breather for a second. Thank you so much for the resubs, Charlie's Beats, and Chan the Magic Man. Thank you for the support. Thank you for that hype train, everybody. Let's see here. Hopefully I didn't disappoint. I was doing some tricks and I'm like, oh man, I haven't done these ones in a while. Let me do them. Seemed okay. I think if I was not under hype train pressure, I probably wouldn't have quote unquote. So I didn't mess up any like magic or the sleights, but I messed up what I wanted to say in words, like in one of them. So I was like, all right. But otherwise, I thought it went pretty well. Okay, thank you kindly for the claps and emotes. Ricky Charms, Chan the Magic Man, E-Room, Turkey Blaine. See, E-Room has an AMA. Let's see, E-Room says, do you have the option to make the on-screen trick list lettering a bold font or a bit bigger in size? Asking for all blind people on Twitch. Oh, I would... Mark Rides! Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Mark Rides, welcome in. How's it going? Thank you so much. Let's see, we got Nervous Harpist, Random Man, 29, Ultimate, MNM, Toothers, 17, GipsonLens, Curviously Jen, oh my god, so many emotes! What? I couldn't see myself for a second. MB Goldberg, what? Mark Wright, thank you so much, Mark Wright. Twitch added 2, I think. Oh, okay. Oh, is that what they were doing for the September, or the finale, I think? That's right. Full disclosure, I haven't really been hanging out on Twitch that much. Life has been busy. So partially to fill everybody else in. So not this past week, but the week before, my company laid off a bunch of people. So like the entire workforce, if that was 100%, they laid off 9%. Luckily, I am still employed, but that's kind of made me be a little worrying, I guess. So, um, otherwise, but thank you so much, Mark Rides, for the gift subs. Um, let's see here. Mark Rides, if there's anything you would like me to perform, or if you want to theme a trick some way, let me know. I'd be more than happy to perform a trick for you. For all of the gift subs, thank you so much. Anyway, Mark Rides, how are you? How's it going? How's your weekend? Guys, if you haven't hydrated and you've been sitting around for a while, please hydrate. Um, let's see. So, getting back to eRoom's question, the answer is yes. I do have the option. I don't know if I can do it like right now. Right now, I mean, I could. I don't want to take time away from stream. Um, so long and short is since that the trick list is just HTML, CSS. I could make it a little bit bolder or bigger. I'm not sure how that's going to manifest as far as like how it takes up on the width. So I might have to rearrange like the whole, like make it a little bit wider or something to accommodate. But yeah, something for future streams. Oh, okay, yeah, I can. You know what? Let me make a note of that, and I will see if I get some time to think about it. I can probably do it. So let me see here. Twitch notes. Here we go. Trick list. Bigger, bolder. All right. And I'm not sure if you really want to see the trick list, you can also just click on the actual trick list that we. Oh, do we not have it pinned anymore? All right. So trick list, and then you can just click on it there, and then you can actually view it over there as well. Okay, so let's see here. Chris M. Yee, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. How are you? Welcome in. And then I saw a four burglars. Oh, yeah. Ocean's 11, but with a hang glider instead of helicopter. Oh, yeah. Sure. All right. So Chris says, I'm doing well. How are you? I'm mostly doing well. I did just tell everybody on stream that my company went through a round of layoffs, not this past week, but the week before. Uh, I am still employed, so that's the good news. But it is sometimes a little disconcerting because when you're in tech and like stuff's working and it's like and now the company's laid off people, so I'm just like But I mean, it's a really good job, and I like the company, and they've treated me pretty well. So I mean, it's just kind of like, there were friends and colleagues that I have to look for jobs. It's not a great feeling, but um, survivor bias, I guess. So, all right, let's four burglars, Ocean's 11, and hang glider, and for Mark Rides here. So Mark Rides. Okay. Let's see. How long you been at your company? I've been at my company for like 5 years. Yeah, this is my fifth year. If I make it to January, then I'll be beginning my sixth year at this company. So, anyone in your department, and how is the severance package? The good news is that everybody who was laid off, I would say, got a respectable severance package. I think everybody got 3 months of severance. Um, Everybody got to keep their equipment, so like their laptops and everything, and a bunch of other things. But that's the biggest stuff, I guess. Hey, do they give you a tie tack for 5 years of service? I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Are you searching for a backup job in case there's another round of layoffs? I mean, I'm not really actively looking. I have a lot of other things on my plate that are like I'd rather do for my personal um, So no, but I mean, if it ever came down to it, I'm hoping that I fill a diversity role. I'm Asian. I can also tout that I'm a magician. Hopefully, that'll get me some eyes on an application. Usually, if I make it to the interview, if they call it out, I'll be like, oh yeah, you want to see something? I can show them a trick. So I don't know, but I think I'm doing okay at the moment. So uh, all right, let's see. Kirby suggests. Nam, did you see on Instagram we posted a thing? I have not seen a thing on Instagram. Hold on. Let me check Instagram really quick. Hold on. Let me see. Curviously Jen, one new post. Please. Whoa! Whoa, congratulations. Um Guys, Chris M. Yee and Curviously Jen are pleased to wait, can I announce here? Is that okay? I guess it's on Instagram. Is this public? Let me just make sure. Okay, it's been liked by like 132 other people. So if first of all, let me love that, guys. If you did not know, Chris M. Yee and Curviously Jen are announcing Baby Yee arriving in March 2025. Congratulations! um, wow, that's so cool. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I'm just catching up with chat. I know I jumped around a little bit, but yeah, it's on both mine and Chris's. Okay, yeah, I eventually found it. Let's see. Do the change $1 into $100 bill. They will hire you on the spot. Oh, no. That's not something I'll do because they'll be like, if you could really do that, that's A, probably illegal, and B, let's see. Yeah, Curry. Yeah, go for it. All right. Thank you. All right, cool. Awesome. Whew. You almost made Chris do a spit take of his dinner. Haha. All right, sorry. Oh, man. Thanks, Janet E. Room. All right, cool. Yeah. Hey, guys, please sorry. Please congratulate, man. Please congratulate Chris M. Yee and Curviously Jen. Yeah, unless you're applying to the Secret Service, I don't think they want you counterfeiting money. Yeah. No, even then, I don't think the Secret Service would, to be fair, I do not want to be. Okay, so full disclosure, I think empirically, minus like the whole physical aspect and like, you know, if I ever got into a situation where I had to fight a spy, I don't think I could fight a spy. I would lose and die. So that's first things first. Second thing is, if you look at all of my other skills, though, I think I have a lot of other skills that would work out well to be a spy. Because, like, deception, right? I can do some magic, sleight of hand. I can pick locks. I mean, not all locks, but I mean, I'm at least familiar with, picking locks. I can drive a manual. All cool spies can drive a manual transmission, right? Like that's, and then I know some stuff about computer security and fraud, payments fraud. Um, but otherwise, yeah, in a physical fight with a spy, I would lose and die. So that's basically where it comes down to. So yeah. Anyway, does that make me a cool spy since I can drive a manual? I mean, you've definitely got. If you can drive manual, you've got one of the skills that probably would make a cool spy. So yeah, Curviously Jen, you have got it. You've got it. Okay, all right. So here we go. For Mark Rides, we have. Oh, hold on, wait. We need Mark. We need the Mark Rides card. I was about to do this card, do this trick the same way I normally do, but I'm like, wait, we got to do it the Mark Rides way. Okay, there we go. I'm sure that there are plenty of forensic computer type jobs in the Secret Service that wouldn't require fighting skills. That's probably true. But I don't know if I would want to work for the CIA. Like, I don't want, because like even if you do some computery things, there are some things that you could do that could then put a target on your head, and I don't want to have that target on my head ever. So, um, speaking of breaking and entering and doing extreme theft, we are going to be doing a trick called the Four Burglars. But these are not just any four burglars. They are handpicked by Mark Rides. Mark Rides, who is the ringleader, King of Hearts. Mark Rides, King of Hearts. He has assembled a team of the other kings. Coincidentally, they happen to just be the Raj Mahal 2, Ames Andrew 13, and Ice Flame X. And so that's the team that Mark Rides has assembled. And here, what they're going to do is they are going to disguise themselves like so. And Mark Rides is going to be the ringleader. Now, they are not just robbing from a bank. They are actually going to be breaking into a casino in Vegas. And I don't know if you know, Vegas has got a lot of money. And that level of money, they are going to be they're going to be they need to be extra careful. So look, Mark Rides is going to tell them how to get in, how to get out, and here's what they're going to do. So this first person is going to bust the grid. When I say bust the grid, that means blackout of Vegas, because all of Vegas is covered with security cameras and recording devices, automatic doors and locks and alarms and alerts. But if you blow all the power, that's going to stop all of that. Next, this person is going to get ready to infiltrate the actual vault. Let's pretend that they're going to break into the MGM vault. And that's where they're going to try and extract the millions, maybe billions of dollars, depending on how ambitious Mark Rides happens to be for this particular plan. And also, if you've seen the MGM building, it is tall. There's you can, yeah. David Copperfield actually has his theater in MGM. To be fair, David Copperfield has fallen out of favor this past year or so. With some scandals that have been going on. If you haven't heard about it, you just search like David Copperfield scandal, and you see what's going on. All right, and then finally, this is the one that will secure their ride out. Originally, they were planning on getting a helicopter, but this is the guy with all the contingency plans, and so here we go. They're gonna go and run throughout the building, doing their plans, cutting the power, breaking into the vault, extracting it, and then getting to the exit point. And Mark Rides is going to be waiting on the roof. But all it takes is just 1 second for their plan to be foiled, because Mark Rides sees that the helicopter is not coming. The helicopter isn't there. So what's Mark Rides to do? Well, as it turns out, the backup was they had a hang glider. And so here we have a hang glider, and even though they did not get a helicopter, they all got on their hang gliders, and they basically flew away from the MGM with the vault. And that, my friends, is four burglars themed as Mark Rides stealing from a casino and leaving not on a helicopter but on a hang glider. So thank you so much for all those gift subs. Mark Rides, hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah, it's not every day you do the four burglars and you don't use a helicopter. I think almost every single time I've done that, a helicopter was the way you get out. So let's see here. Durkee Blaine says, job interview. I see you listed magician. Yes, do a trick. Okay, plus, pulls out a deck of cards. Tosses cards at interviewer. While they're blinded, rush to a cubicle that's open and begin working. They will be amazed. I mean, that would probably be a pretty impressive trick. I'm not going to lie, but I don't think I would do that. I would probably just do a sleight of hand card trick. And then And then the other thing is I can point them to my body of work of like my YouTube videos. I have over 280 magic performances on YouTube where I've been uploading consistently for over like a year and a half. So, um, if that doesn't show good work ethic, I don't know. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, E Room, Turkey Blaine. Hope you guys enjoyed. And luckily, I have all the kings out because now E Room has requested I know Kung Fu, which I normally use the kings for. So, and of course, we'll want to do this for E Room, so we'll use the three of hearts. All right. So here we have the four kings and E Room, and here's what we're gonna do. First, we're going to go ahead and show you that we have the red kings, and then the black kings, and of course the three of hearts. I'm going to leave the three of hearts over there, and I will show you that the black kings are over here. I'm going to leave the black kings over here. I'm going to take the three of hearts in with the red kings, and so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just clap on the red kings. That sounds so wrong. I don't know if you could tell, but I just squashed the three of hearts out of the two red kings, because now if we take a look, they're the two red kings and they're over here. And if I show you, there's actually now the three of hearts in between the two black kings. I know, that's super weird, right? I know, it's super weird that I said clap the red kings. I don't know what I was thinking. If you missed it and that happened too fast, that's fine. We'll do it again. Breaking a rule of magic. Man, you guys like me. You guys like to make me break the rules of magic a lot, huh? Okay. We'll do things a little bit differently this time. So normally I would have all of the kings face down, but actually we'll leave the two black kings face up this time, and I'll leave the three of hearts just over there for a second, and then we'll do it differently this time. So I'm going to go ahead and take the two red kings. Sorry, I'm going to take the two black kings. I'm going to place the three of hearts in between the two black kings. And once again, I'm going to clap on the two red kings. There we go. But actually, as it turns out, I just clapped the two red kings into oblivion, because if we take a look, there's only one card here now. And this one card is actually the three of hearts. But wait, where are the red kings? I told you I clapped them out of existence. But look, if we just take a look at the two black kings, but here's the thing: there were two red kings, but there's only one card here. Well, if I actually hold the edges and I just pull one, two, three, they actually become two cards, and if we take, they're actually both the red kings. And also, you can interpret clapping the red kings a little bit differently, like this. I'll clap the red kings. All right. And that, my friends, is I Know Kung Fu clapping edition. That I don't know. I can't make this stuff up. I mean, I did. But... Hiya! Says E-Room. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps and the applause. E-Room, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah, so man, a lot of stuff. We have talked about a lot of serious stuff. So yeah, Jen and Chris, expecting. Congratulations. Um, Congratulations to me. I was not laid off, which by the way, I have been laid off in the past before by my previous job before my current one. Um, so it's kind of interesting to be like on both sides and to see the differences. At the end of the day, I have like backup plans in my mind. So if I was not, so I hear horror stories about some people like trying to search for work, and they apply to like 500 jobs and they don't get any interviews, and it's just like, well, if that's the world that we're gonna be in, like I don't know, it just behooves me to have like backup plans in my head. Um, And I don't want anybody to wish ill will to my job, but one of the first things I will do if I get laid off is probably stream more. So that's uh, so I mean, that I guess would be good in the fact that, you know, I would get more exposure. I could, do a lot more. Probably build out support. The next thing I'd probably do is like, because I'm already monetized on YouTube, but like I don't have a Patreon, so like that's something I could do. The thing is, I don't want to set one up now because I feel like it'd be a lot of work, and I already have a lot of work like on my plate. Um, outside of the realm of just work and being a parent and still doing things. Um, let's see here. So, all right, I believe I answered eRoom's AMA about option of making the on-screen trick list big text bigger. So yeah, I've noted that. So I will take it under consideration, eRoom. So we'll see what I can do. How long I've been at the company? I've been with my company for 5 years, and then scandalous shuffle. Whoa, whoa, whoa! eRoom, eRoom. You and your scandalous shuffles. Look, because you've said it, I have to do it now. But eRoom, eRoom, eRoom. So triangle cards. All right, for those of you who don't know what a scandalous shuffle is, I'm going to shuffle cards together, but they're not from the same deck. Not even the same size. And in this case, not even the same shape. So, first things first, we have the triangle cards. So, those of you who are not aware of the triangle cards, here they are. And then we have the Charlie Brown round Christmas ornament ones, which so here we have the round Charlie Brown Christmas ornament ones. So here, I'll just show off the Charlie Brown ones. So here on the back of each, or on the face of each card, we've got the rank and the suit, but then the image in the middle is unique, I believe, on every single card. I actually have not checked the jokers on this one. So here's a joker. Oh, okay. They are different because they're different colors, but also different images. So, but if you like Peanuts or Charlie Brown, that's what these are. Okay. All right. Next, we have the triangle cards, which there are a couple of other miscellaneous cards. So like here's the back of what they look like, but the miscellaneous card. So like this is like that extra card that they print and they put in there, and it's just like, okay. I don't want to accidentally shuffle that one in. All right, but for those of you who are not familiar with the triangle deck, so on the back it looks like this. They look amazing when I twist them. Almost as good as like the TwitchCon 2023 deck. But then on the face we've got all three corners always have the index, and then they arrange the pips in a nice way. So, and then for face cards, it's a little bit weirder because there's three heads. So like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, fidget spinner. Right, exactly. All right, so here we go. Scandalous shuffle, triangle cards with Charlie Brown round ornaments. Actually, so these are not that difficult to hold. It is the triangle ones. Because you always expect like an edge, but like it's tough to do a cross. It trippy, says Durkee Blaine. I know. Durkee Blaine, I know that you're a magician. If you are interested in me with doing magic tricks with some of these, I've done it on stream a couple times, but I have a few videos on my YouTube channel where I do like classics of magic, but using the triangle cards, which is absolutely ridiculous because I don't even know how to hold them. I don't know how to shuffle them. I don't know how to like do sleights with them, and it's like horribly bad. But yeah, just search for like triangle edition on my YouTube. Okay, here we go. Okay, that was mostly okay, I think. Now I just gotta. Oh, the fact that the ornaments roll in, that makes it kind of nice. All right, E-Room, you asked for this. You get a scandalous shuffle. So here's it almost looks like a Christmas tree, right? Like they're standing up, they have the 2 feet on the bottom. But yeah, that's like the whole deck. So here you go, scandalous shuffle, triangle, and round ornament. Turkey Blaine says trippy. Thank you kindly for the applause, E-Room. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Okay, so now hopefully separating this should be pretty easy, one would hope. Oh no, I've just rotated the top. Hold on. How do I, how do I, okay, there we go. Bam! Alright. The good news is it's easy to tell what's what. Okay, Charlie's Beast has requested shaking the aces. Alright, okay. Um, alright guys, I'm gonna do something against my better judgment. I'm going to attempt to perform shaking the aces with the triangle cards. Full disclosure, there's a chance I may reveal some secrets of magic while attempting to do this. uh, so please pray for me. Okay, all right. And also if I did it with regular cards, because I technically did it as part of the hype train, and this was one of the ones that I. But okay, all right. So here we go. Um, First things first. We have the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, and the ace of spades. Now, if I turn all the other aces over and I place the ace of spades face up amongst them, you'll be able to tell that it's still here. No, Nomen Patris e Filii Spiritus Sancti. Is that Italian? It's either Italian or French. No, or Greek? Greek. I don't know. Okay, here we go. So, first things first, you can follow along because you'll be able to follow it. See, there's the ace, all right? Okay, but look. Oh my god, Charlie's Beats is using the emote with the triangle cards. Maybe the only emote on Twitch that has triangle cards on it. I mean, I know it looks. I arranged it like a Triforce because there was a chance that it could be used in other channels. But okay, but look, if I go ahead and I hold the packet and I give it a shake, that shake will hopefully make it disappear. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. I don't think it looks that great, but anyway, in the name of the Father and Son, Holy Spirit, saying a prayer. Oh, no secret reveals. All right, awesome. Cool. So, but look, if I hold this packet and I give it a shake, this shake is actually the thing that's actually going to turn one of the cards over. So, look, here we go. This is going to turn over the ace of diamonds. Yeah, there we go. Ace of diamonds. All right, I'm going to turn this face down. All right, cool. Now I'm going to hold the packet and give it a shake. All right, this is way more exciting for me than maybe it is for you guys. Okay, here we go. That's now going to turn up the ace of clubs. Yeah, all right. Okay, all right, so now some people believe that the... this is going to be awkward. Some people believe that the ace of... in order for me to do this, I have to do the face down. But I can do it face up. Look, this ace of clubs, I'm going to go ahead and just shake it while it's... I thought that looked okay, right? That looked pretty good. All right, so here we go. Ace of hearts. um, and so yeah, so here's the thing with the ace of hearts. Okay. So that was, I think, all the aces, right? And Durkee Blaine, thank you for the prayer. I thank you for translating as well. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let me see. How do I do this next part with triangle cards? It's so hard, guys. Guys, it's so hard. I have not handled these triangle cards for this very purpose. So, okay. So look, We got this, this, and this. We have 4 face down aces. Um, okay, but I can change. I can turn them face up in a very interesting, weird way. But I don't want you to see this. I'm just going to turn this top card over, right? Okay, but look, I just want you to take a look at this bottom one. So that one right there, it's going to change really quick. All right, 1, 2, and 3. But not just that, not just this one. I actually changed all of them because look, they're all face up. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That, my friends, is shaking the aces with triangle cards. I want to say it was a little awkward for me, but otherwise, yeah, it's like adrenaline pumping. I don't think I revealed anything too crazy. Maybe just some hesitation points in my performance, but otherwise, I thought that was okay. Huh. Huh. Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the request. I'm sure you were not disappointed that I am using triangle cards. And if you wanted regular cards, let me know. But I I think that's probably okay. Uh, man. So yeah, the trick that I got used to doing this with was twisting the aces, which shaking the aces is kind of based on. So I'll just show you that with the. So here we have the 4 aces. I want to do something weird with these 4 aces that are triangular. I want to turn them all face up, 1 card at a time. I have to start over. Okay. All right. Here we go. I would say hubris, but I know not to underestimate the triangle cards. All right. Okay, we have 4 aces. I want to do something interesting with these 4 aces. I want to turn them all face up, 1 card at a time. Random Man 29, welcome in. You came in actually at a very random time. So look, I want to do something like turn all the aces face up, 1 card at a time. But if I turned them up like that, that's just turning one of the cards over. The randomness here, Random Man 29, is because I'm using a triangle deck of cards, which I never do. It's super weird. But look, I'm going to hold the packet and give it a magical twist, and that's going to turn up the Ace of Hearts. I know, super weird, right? But look, here's the part that gets people. If I hold the packet and give it a magical twist, that's going to turn the Ace of Hearts face down, and the Ace of Clubs will turn face up. And I got a gift sub from Twitch. Oh yes, that's right. Thank you, Mark Rides, for the gift sub to Random Man 29. And here we have the Ace of Clubs face up. All right, so now we've got a couple more to do. I'm going to give it another magical twist. That's going to turn up the Ace of Diamonds. And here we go, Ace of Diamonds. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That should not happen. And then finally we've got, okay. And then finally we have, let's see here. We're going to try and turn up the Ace of Spades. If I hold the packet, even if I get it 1 magical twist, that will not be enough to do anything, because even if we go 2 magical twists, some people would say, oh, that was 3 magical twists, and that's like, wait. But there are 3 corners on these cards. But no, that's not enough. But look here. I think if I just give it a fidget spin. Actually, where's my actual fidget spinner? I think I could do an actual fidget spinner spin for this. Where did I put it? I just cleaned this up too. I should know where it is. I don't want to be too careless. I could hit this camera. I don't want to hit this camera. Okay, there's my fidget spinner. Here we go. We're going to fidget spin this into flipping itself face up. Wow, that looks beautiful. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that as much as I'm enjoying that. Okay, hopefully that's enough magic. We can actually continue the fidget spin, right? Like this. There we go. Ace of spades, face up. Whew. All right. All right. Nice twist. Yes, I will disclose that I've at least done twisting the aces with the triangle cards before on my YouTube channel, so that is at least there's that. All right, I'm just gonna get this for statistics. All right, cool. All right, Charlie's Beats has requested the three travelers. Am I feeling brave? Am I feeling brave enough to do it with the triangle deck? Full disclosure, guys, the triangle deck is not a redeem, so you guys are getting like bonus, off menu stuff today. Because I am actually a little bit scared to potentially have this on the trick list or on the list of redeems. So. Okay, all right. Let's see how well we can do this. All right. Okay, so here we have the three of diamonds, the two of diamonds, and the ace of diamonds. And what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and place the three of diamonds here on the table. And then we're going to go ahead and place the two of diamonds over here on the table. And then we're going to go ahead and place the ace of diamonds here on the top. Now, this is going to be an elevator building in which we're going to have... actually, look, I'm going to go ahead and take the ace and place it on the bottom. But if we press the up elevator button, see, because it's a triangle, we can actually press up. Up. And that's going to make the ace go from the bottom all the way up to the top. I know, it's super strange, but look. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? But now, look, if we take the 2 and place it on the top, and look, I can arrange it so that now, look, there's a down elevator button. I'm going to go ahead and press the down elevator button. That's actually going to make the 2 go from the top all the way down to the bottom. Super weird, right? Okay, but now we have the 3, and so here's the 3. But look, what we're going to do is I'm going to place it over here, and if we actually point these two directly at each other, and if I press, actually, has anybody ever seen Star Trek? At least TNG, because we're going to be using this like the transporter buffer, and so I'm actually going to transport this from here to there. Ready? Oh, thank you for the magic right there. Ready? There seems to be... Ah, thank you, E-Room. Thank you kindly for the sound effect of the transporter. Because now if we take a look, the 3 of diamonds is no longer over here. If we take a look, there's no 3 of diamonds over here. The 3 of diamonds has teleported over here. And that, my friends, is the 3 travelers with triangle cards. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was more nerve-wracking for me, but it's kind of fun to do something super challenging sometimes. While people are watching live, like. But yeah, thank you for the transporter. All right, thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, E-Room. Yeah, as far as I can tell, nobody is doing sleight of hand card magic with the triangle cards except for me. So if anybody ever sees anybody else doing magic with triangle cards, you have to let me know. You've got to let me know. To be fair, I don't even know if many people are doing it with clear plastic cards, but I do know magicians are using plastic cards. So I mean, that's not that far of a stretch. But the triangle cards are just so much weirder. Crazy exclusive. Absolutely, Charlie's Beats. It is a crazy exclusive. I don't think anybody would be crazy enough to do it except Crazy Asians. So I did undertake a personal project, not related to like my hobbies, recently. I mean, kind of, but I was cleaning up my office. Now, in my office, I have like I didn't know exactly how many board games were in my office, but I think now I guesstimate about 300 board games were in my office. So I was cleaning out my office, and I recently undertook that this past week. So my office is cleaner. My board games are more organized. But the good news is that I now have all of my board games are up to date as far as like my owned board games on Board Game Geek. So, oh my God, Charlie's Beats has requested Hair Razor. Not that I'm seriously thinking about trying to do Hair Razor with the Triangle deck. Can I do it? Is it doable? Can I do it? Oh my God. All right, Charlie, this is gonna be so hard. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I've already, I've already mentally psyched myself up for it. I'm gonna try it, but man, this one is gonna be harder than I think the rest, for sure. Um, 300 board games might be how many are at the office. Oh, okay. So yeah, about how many board games are at Gibson Lens's office? That's about how many board games are in my personal office, and that's not including all the board games that are here in my basement. So the final tally of owned board games. Now I did do some things, so like I own like expansions and stuff, which used to count, but I removed all those and I just kind of put them underneath. So I now I'm only counting like the main board games that I own, but the final number is right now I think 420 something, 423 or 427 or something. Um, 300 board games. Yeah. Let's see. Three. Yep. Um, and the screaming Gibson lens. What's your oldest board game? E-Room, are you asking what the oldest board game that I own as far as like age of the board game, or like what's the oldest game that I own that was created? So like for example, I'll have things like chess and like marbles is probably one of the oldest. Maybe like Mancala, like that's based on a game that is I think Kala that was like thousands and thousands of years old. Or are you talking about like what's the oldest board game like physically maybe the oldest that's been manufactured kind of thing? So let me know what you mean, and then we will figure out what the best answer will be. All right, okay. So how do I do this? Very carefully. Oh my god, I do not know how I'm going to do this. Monopoly from 1930s live. Okay, manufactured. I see. Okay, let's see. I think my oldest manufactured one might be a copy of Parcheesi, and I don't know when this one came out, but it looks like I think it came from the 60s. I got it at a yard sale for like $3, but it was A, still sealed, and B, I think the people who are selling it, it was like an estate sale, and their parents died because they were like 80 or something. Um, but yeah, so I have a sealed, super old copy of Parcheesi. It's actually in this room. Actually, if you guys want to see it, hold on. Let me go pull it off the shelf. I will come. Be right back. 8 seconds. Okay, I think I made it back in 8 seconds, but not verbally. I did make it back to camera. All right, so here I have. Let me see how old this was. So it does look like it says $8. I don't think I paid $8 for it. I think I was able to haggle it down for the yard sale. But let me see here. So this game, a family game of selection, writer, company, publishers of fine games since 1867. I don't think this is that old. There is not much markings on the front or the back that indicate the year, which kind of tells you it was well before. Oh no, no, sorry. Oh no, so this is not as old as I thought. So this might be from the 70s. Okay, yeah, there's a year 1975. We'll say probably this one. So this is maybe my oldest board game. It's still sealed. Let me see. Do I have any other things? I do have some chess pieces that might be older. I think might come from like the 50s, 60s. My former stepdad. That's a longer story, but dang, 8 seconds. Whoa, no way, cool. All right, old school. Yeah, 50 years old. Nice. Yeah. I do have some chess pieces that I believe he got when he was a kid. He died years ago, but he died at like 70 something. But anyway, yeah, those chess pieces he got from a nice chess set, and it was like jade. I don't think it's real jade. I think it's like imitation jade, but he got it, I think, after like the Korean War, which actually I think was probably around the same time, 60s, 70s kind of time frame. Um, cool. I'm gonna actually think about that e-room. If I find anything that is older than that, I don't think anything else is gonna be older than this though. I think everything else is newer, so that's probably it. Okay, all right. Where were we? Oh yes, I was contemplating doing hair razor with triangle cards, like an idiot. Let me see. How do I do this? Actually, let me. There's one part that I'm concerned about. Let me practice it. Oh, geez. Guys, this part's gonna be hard. Hold on, hold on. Trying to figure out triangle cardage. Okay, that's a little bit better. Not by much, but okay. All right, guys, let's hope I don't. And then, oh my God, there's so many. Okay, I reserve the right to abandon this one at some point in between while doing it. Delicious. All right. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I'm going to attempt hair razor with the triangle deck. And if this doesn't work, Chris MU, thanks for the random request. I know I could do the inverted card trick with this. I know I could do that. All right, cool. So here we go. First things first, I've set aside 3 cards. The ace of diamonds, the 2 of diamonds, and the 3 of diamonds. Now, I have a couple of helper cards here with me, and those helper cards are going to be the 2 jokers. So we have, this one is this joker over here, and then this one is this other joker over here. And so we're going to be using these jokers to help us. Let me go ahead and turn all of these face down. Actually, no, these could be face up, right? Because I'm going to take them and turn face. Man, the fact that these are triangle are so playing with me right now. Okay. All right. Okay. So here I'm going to take the ace right here. But I'm actually going to grab the ace, place it on the bottom. However, if I snap, that's going to make the ace hop back up to the top. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the 2, and we're going to take the 2, and we'll place the 2 underneath the jokers there. But if I snap, that's going to make the 2 jump up to the top. Here's the 2. And then finally the 3. We're going to go ahead and take the 3, place it underneath the jokers. Now if I snap, that's going to make the 3 jump back up to the top. There's the 3. Okay, now some people believe that this trick is too slow and they would like to see the trick happen a lot faster. And to that I would say, okay, sure. We'll try it as fast as we can with the triangle cards. I'm going to take triangle cards, these jokers, and place them on top of the 3. If I just snap now, that 3 jumps back up to the top. If I place these on top of the 2, if I snap right now, that 2 jumps back up to the top. If I place these on the ace, if I snap right now, that's going to make the ace jump back up to the top. I know, is that strange? That's super strange, right? So, anyway, what we have here is, so if I have these 2 jokers and then the ace 2 and the 3 over here, so look, ace 2 and 3. Some people believe that the jokers are the magical things, but actually, I would tell you that it's probably the ace 2 and the 3. So if I place the ace 2 and the 3 here, and at this point we don't need the jokers anymore, but if you were here, you could say stop wherever. Let's say you say stop here. Let's mark where the cut is, right there. And wherever we cut, we're going to use that card to show you how magical these ace 2 and the 3 are. So here we go. That's going to be that's a jack of diamonds. So now if I use the jack of diamonds to touch the ace 2 and the 3 of diamonds, I think that should hopefully show you that the ace 2 and the 3 are magical, because look, they've changed into the other jacks. And that, my friends, is Hair Razor with triangle cards. I don't think that was as smooth as I'd like it, but I mean, it's probably as smooth as I was going to get with basically no rehearsal with the triangle cards. So, I would say not bad. I was disappointed in like one part for me, but otherwise I think I got all the other parts surprisingly first try. So, thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps. Charlie's Beats, E-Room, Chan the Magic Man. E-Room's got the Illuminati. Wait, do we all have that one? Oh, we do. Okay. There we go. I want to drop those 2. Nice. Okay. All right. And let's see. Chris M.E. has requested the inverted card trick. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to attempt to do the inverted card trick. Alright, first things first, we'll need a card selected. I'm going to spread this as well as I can. Chris, if you're there in chat and you would like to click directly on the screen, you can click, and you're on desktop. Click anywhere and you can select that triangle card. Alright, it looks like this one is the selection. Okay, so importantly, I don't want to see this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes, turn my head, and cough. And then we will reveal this card to you. And then you guys can take a look and make sure that you know which card it is. Now, hopefully you know which card it is and that you'll remember it. I'm going to go ahead and turn the face back down. Okay. And then open my eyes, turn my head back. Okay, hopefully that's good. Somebody's got it. Hopefully. Somebody's got yeah, got it? All right, great. Excellent. So now we're going to go ahead and place this card back into the middle of the deck like this. And so here's the interesting part. What we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and shake the deck just 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can tell, but that shake was super magical because now if I show you, there's actually going to be one card inverted facing in the opposite direction here because there it is. All right, and none of the other cards are. All right, so here's the thing. What was your card? It's okay to let me and chat know at this point. 7 of spades. Okay, if this is not the 7 of spades, I'll donate to your kids 529. All right, here we go. 7 of spades. Huzzah! Okay, all right, cool. That's the first 529 request that I've dodged. But look, you may know how that trick is done. Lol, says Chris M. But here's the thing that will kind of fool more people, right? So look, I'm going to go ahead and turn the 7 of spades face down, and I'm going to take the face down card and put it into the face down deck, like this. And now it is really lost. Well, now it is really lost. But all we have to do is snap. And now if I show you, that card will have turned around in the deck. What's on the line? Once again, kids 529. I'll donate to your kids 529. All right. Okay. But I don't know if you know. Remember, if this is not the 7 of spades, we can't. I have to pay up. I'll have to donate to a 529. And to be fair, even if this is the card, I might just, donate just to be nice. So you better invite me to a baby shower. Actually, a digital one if you've got it. If you're only doing physical ones, I don't know if I'll be able to make it. Haha, will do. All right, cool. But look, here we go. There it is. 7 of spades. And that, my friends, is the inverted card trick. We can work out something. Awesome. Well, there we go. A triangle 7 of spades for 529. FYI, if you ever hear that said anywhere else, probably doesn't mean anything except right here in this stream, we have created this inside joke. And nobody else will understand. Unless you were here. Or I guess if you watch the VOD. Yes, and magicians who are watching this and thinking, "OMG, how the heck?" And it's like, if there was a DB, and I will say, yes, there was a DB. May mean nothing to everybody except for Chan and maybe Jerky Blaine. So, but yes, I know. I don't know why the triangle deck would do such a thing. I don't know who in their right mind would think that somebody would use the triangle deck to do sleight of hand magic. But yet, here I am. Crazy exclusive. Exactly. All right. So, let's see here. Clear. And then... Alright, so just to show you the struggle that is the triangle deck. So here's shuffling with the triangle deck. Alright, that one actually looked okay. You know what? I might actually be getting used to the triangle deck. That's actually... But yeah, this is so weird. So like when you're holding something, you usually hold things like across. So like with a regular deck, right? You have like the grip across. But here you don't have that because you attempt to do a cross anywhere, you're either off angle, so like you'll slide like this, or it has to be at the tip. And so it gets super weird. So the only other thing you can do is if you can have 3 fingers and hold it like this. Yeah, it's not every stream I talk about fingering. But here we go. Full disclosure, fingering is actually a technical sleight of hand magic term. They actually talk about where you place your fingers for sleights on a deck of cards. And they'll say like first, second, third, fourth finger. By the way, the first finger is the index finger. First, first, second, third, fourth. Hold on, I'm seeing my kid's uh, light turn on. That means she's like talking. Hold on, just making sure she is. I may have to run up. She is coughing. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a rare thing. Let me show a video of my kid on stream. Lying in bed. There she is. Okay. Okay, I think she's settled down. That's good. All right. Woo! Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the queue is empty. If anybody would like to see anything, feel free to request. I'm probably going to be going for another, I don't know, 20 minutes, 25 minutes is I'm thinking. And then that's the plan. All right, I'm going to put the triangle cards away. Finally. I'm the only one who's relieved. But that was fun. I've never used them that extensively before, and now I can say I think hair razor is probably the most difficult trick I've done with it. I'm getting tired. Have a great rest of the stream. All right, Chan, thanks for coming in. And actually, you know what we haven't done today is a ton of shout-outs. So, guys, if you're not following our mod and friend Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan, one of the other few magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. He does Magic Mondays, so please give him a follow and catch him tomorrow night to see Magic Mondays. All right, let's see. Guys, you're not following our friend E-Room. Please give E-Room a follow. E-Room is known as the Pope of Indiana, also does a lot of miscellaneous streams, does in real life streams where he shows you outside, and then does maybe, what are these, not real life, where he does things inside, like opens up random things. Last time I was lurking, I saw Kinder Eggs, plays community games, so please give E-Room a follow. Guys, you're not following our friend Curviously Jen. Please give Curviously Jen a follow. Variety streamer, does a bunch of different games, does makeup streams. I don't know if you still do makeup streams. You did do makeup streams. But also, Curviously Jen is associated with Chris M. Yee. If you guys are not following our friend Chris M. Yee, please give Chris M. Yee a follow. Chris and Jen have recently announced that they are expecting. So congratulations. Chris M. Yee also plays variety games and used to play Fall Guys every Monday. I think I've seen you intermittently go back to Fall Guys, but also you play other things now as well. But plays a lot of different games. Also used to be, asterisk, would still be the host of the Clip ME show, which features the great clips of across the Twitchiverse. Let's see. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod GipsonLens. Please give GipsonLens a follow. GipsonLens, a.k.a. Bert, plays piano, sight reads from a bunch of songbooks that he owns, has composed a bunch of his own originals. So please give GipsonLens a follow. Guys, if you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats, let's give Charlie's Beats a follow. Charlie's Beats has streamed before in the past, but now I like to call Charlie a music Twitch famous chatter, because he's basically in every music Twitch chat that I would hang out in, and so that's basically how I feel about Charlie at this point. But anyway, thank you, Charlie. But please give Charlie a follow if you maybe want to one day catch him streaming. Let's see. Guys, you're not following our friend Durkee Blaine. Durkee Blaine, I believe I saw plays a bunch of different variety games, but is also a magician. I don't know if Durkee Blaine, if you have done a magic stream. I think you said you did a trick, or you want to do a trick on stream. Whether you've actually done it or not, I am not aware. But um, so yeah, give our friend Dirky Blaine a follow. Let's see here. All right, sorry, I'm going back in time in chat now. So let me see. Did we miss anybody? Anybody want a shout out that didn't get one? Let's see here. Okay, that's as far as chat will go. So let me know if I missed anybody. All right. Woo. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. I think my kid's okay, but I'm not sure if it was because she pulled her own blanket over herself or if my wife went in and pulled the blanket over her. But that's usually why she would like cry. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Chris and Jen. No problem. Number 895. Number 895. Oh, E-Room, you're 895 follower. Okay. Jen hasn't streamed in ages. Oh, okay. It's all right. You may one day stream again, so no big deal. You have streamed before, therefore it is okay to shout out. So I do random shout outs if anybody's familiar with Chipperdoodle. So I randomly shout out Chip in GipsonLens' stream because Chip has streamed before. So there you go. All right, let's see here. There's a trick I always want to do every stream, so we're going to do that. Let's see here. So I went to the bank, and now I have a bunch of these half dollars, which are bigger. So, um, let's see. This is a coin matrix. I want to keep. Let's see. Jen says, "Yeah, but it's hard because of schedules." Yeah, Chris streaming, then our Disneyland content because I'm both there with Chris and do the edits. Yeah, I can totally understand. No worries. I mean, hey, if you ever need more shout outs, you come here. I will shout. I'll basically shout out any and all friends. So everyone in Music Twitch knows Chipperdoodle. She's a legend. Yeah, absolutely. That's right. If you hang around in Music Twitch and you haven't heard of Chipperdoodle, I don't know. I don't know which music streams you're hanging out in. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cover each one of these with a card, and then we're gonna make these teleport from corner to corner. And we'll go from there. So here we go. I'm going to make this one jump from here up to here. Boom. And then look, it happens quick. We're going to go this one to this one. Boom. And then this last one from here to here. Hey, thank you for the transporter E-Room. And there we have it, the coin matrix. Okay, all right. So let me also let me do the other one. So now we have our 4 coins here, and this is going to be very similar, but without any cards for cover, just my hands. So look. And then we'll do this again. And now we've had 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1, and that's just going to be the last one. That, my friends, is my cardless coin matrix. All right, cool. Say not bad. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps, E-Room. All right. Whew. So I've got an interesting week ahead of me. So I have 2 days of work, then I have Wednesday off, and then I don't technically have Thursday off, but I have an eye doctor appointment. And when you go to the eye doctor, they're going to dilate your eyes. So I might be kind of like disabled from working because of dilated eyes for a couple hours. So maybe depending on how bad it is, or if I have a headache or something, it might be I might have to take a half day. Um, but yeah, I recently had to tell some of my friends about my my strategy for spending a bunch of days. So we're closer to the end of the year. I have a bunch of vacation time to use. And my wife has like a weird schedule. And so if we can, I'm trying to take days off that match her so that the kid can be in school. And, we can. So like last time we got to go to a restaurant, like without the kid, which, is nice. So, um, yeah. So there's this new place. I think I mentioned it on stream, but I went to a new ramen place nearby. It's called Hokkaido Ramen, and I've had some ramen at some places before, but it hasn't been like the the best amazing ramen. But this place really good. I was like, oh, I got this. There's a so they have like 10 different ramen bowls, and like this one that I got the first time I was there was called the spicy beef ramen bowl, and it basically had like thin slices of beef, like you would get in pho, which is like it's a Vietnamese noodle soup dish. But this was a ramen bowl, and it also came with a pork chop. I was like, whoa! And like if you saw my Instagram or the pork chop is like coming out of the bowl. It's like the pork chop was like this long. I was like, whoa! Who is taking you to the doctor? You might not be able to drive home with the dilated eyes. Yeah, I mean, I could either chill there for a bit or so last time I went to the eye doctors and I was dilated. I was able to drive home because they gave me one of those like sunglass shades to basically put in my glasses that I guess are slightly darker than like regular sunglasses. So, yeah. Hello, crazy Asian. GipsonLens. Hello, welcome in, Obi-Wan. How's it going? I was just telling everybody about the ramen shop that I went to recently. So yeah, ramen at this place was really good. And so I went back a second time, and I don't. So I like trying like all the places around, or like going to like the independent places, like the mom and pop restaurants around town. But like I had to go back to this place a second time because I'm like, oh, it's so good. So good. It's Monday. Yummy ramen. Yes, that's right. So I had good ramen. The other thing is this place had really good bubble tea. So if you guys are familiar with boba, so when I've had bubble tea, all the times in the past, the tapioca pearls, the boba is they're chewy, right? But when I got bubble tea from this place, from Hokkaido Ramen House, when the boba got into my mouth and I just chewed on it once, it basically like melted in your mouth. It was like so amazing to feel the sensation that, oh my god, boba isn't supposed to be chewy. This is the right way. I've been missing out my entire life. Because honestly, there were not that many boba shops around here up until like a couple years ago, like after pandemic. And there's just this place. I won't share the names because technically it's a good place, but like it has boba the same way that I've had it everywhere else, and it has like the chewy boba. But Hokkaido Ramen House was like, oh my god, melt in your mouth boba, and I was like, this is so good. um, what were the ramen bowls like? Real ramen bowls? Yes, they were real. Well, let me pull up my pictures, and then you can tell me if it's your definition of real ramen bowls, I guess. All right. So the one that I had here, is this going to be easier here? Okay, yeah. So, all right. So here is the ramen bowl that I got from this place. So there's the really tall pork chop. And then, so I don't normally like bean sprouts, but I actually ate through it. But actually, the bean sprouts in this actually were really good. There's even like spicy red pepper in there, and then like and all the noodles. I can tell they were all homemade noodles. And so this and let me. I think my next picture was here we go. So this is the ramen bowl stuff. in it, and yeah, so it was so good. Um, so this was the spicy beef ramen at this particular place. Then they had another one that I tried the subsequent time. It was like garlic tonkatsu ramen, and so that was pork, and it's very similar. Like so, all the bowls had a lot of different ingredients in them. Like the only things that were the same were basically like the noodles and bean sprouts, and then like all the meats were different, and all of the other like vegetables and toppings were different. So I'm like, wow, they put time and then into deciding like what goes into those ramen bowls. And then the other thing was, let me see if I can find. Actually, if I just scroll over, so I had a the first day. This was milk tea boba, and then this other one my friend got, and this was like a watermelon something, and they have multiple different kinds of boba. So there's the tapioca pearls boba, and then there was they had like strawberry boba, and I've never had this other one, but they had like strawberry watermelon and like one other one, but like, and then they had the jellies. So if you're familiar with like the jelly, it's just kind of like cut up jello that's put into it, and it gives it like some. But these other flavored bobas, it was not like real boba. They were just like little balls that were filled with like sweet like strawberry syrup. And when you would drink this, so I got a strawberry galaxy tea, they're calling it, which is fruit. So and then I got the strawberry boba, and it wasn't regular boba. When you drank them, the boba, when it got into your mouth and you squeezed it a little bit, it would basically explode with like syrupy flavor. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And against my better judgment, I was like, I have to see one of these. And so I took one out, and it basically just looked like, if you're familiar with like what are those what are those balls that when you put them in water they get bigger and then they're super jellified? It looks like that, but it's not that because you shouldn't eat those. Those are bad for you. But like when I bit into it, it basically just exploded, and then like there was syrup inside, and I was like, oh my god, that's so good. Popping boba, yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's popping boba, yeah, with flavor in it. I was just like, whoa, this is the stuff that I've been missing. So, let's see. Obi-Wan says, a month ago I went to a noodle place that they make noodle by hand. Stretch, no noodle machine. It was nice. Yeah, I would imagine that this place homemade their noodles, although I don't know. They might have had a machine, but I don't know if it was handmade. But yeah. So anyway, I'm impressed with this place. I like this place. So weirdest thing, this place recently opened. Like here, we have another Japanese place that opened literally a week and a half ago, like across the street. And then I saw a sign when I was there last that there's another Japanese place opening up soon, and I'm like, why all of a sudden three Japanese places opening? Anyway, uh, you've seen the videos where they made noodles by hand only. I have seen people making noodles by hand. Yeah, I don't know what videos you were talking about, but also I don't think we gave our friend Obi-Wan. Guys, if you're not following our friend Obi-Wan, please give Obi-Wan a follow. Obi-Wan has done practice guitar streams, but lately has been playing a bunch of different games. I know that he finished playing Baldur's Gate 3, but is now playing Original Sin 2. So I'll share a video. All right, cool, awesome. So yeah, that is all the stuff that is going on. Now I know that I haven't shown a trick for a little bit, but if anybody would like to request anything, let's do last call. If anybody would like to request anything, the queue is open, and we can do a. If not, we'll find a finale trick to do, and then we'll find somebody right. Oh, also let me check the boss tricks. The good news is I already recorded my trick that is going to be published on my YouTube tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about that after stream's done because I have already done it. But otherwise, and I think I alluded to this on a previous stream, but I started formalizing my idea and concept of sleight reading. So for anybody who's into music, you know that when you're learning to do music, there's the opportunity to read music from sheet music. Um, Now, as far as I know, there's nothing like that that exists for sleight of hand card magic. But I wanted to try and come up with and develop something so that I can kind of remember how to do a bunch of tricks without having to like relearn it or watch like a video or like read. So how a lot of magic tricks are in magic books is just a lot of text and prose. So I'd have to like read this, read this, read this. So there's a lot of better techniques that newer books have come up with to help uh, help with how a trick is done. But like old books are very bad for teaching. Um, and so yeah, that's kind of the thing. But if I could come up with a like something, and I'm calling it like sleight reading, so it's like a sleight of hand card magic using like sleight reading. It's like a sheet that you could then read and be like, okay, this is how I could do this trick. It wouldn't be a complete way of how to do something. So like for example, if you see sheet music, I believe that it translates to like a sound and a duration, and like, but you're not prescribed how to do it. So like if you play this chord and you reach across with like your pinky and your thumb like across to do the two opposite ends of chord. But there's nothing that tells you that you have to do that, right? And people who have shorter fingers might not, so they might have to like use their pinky on one hand and then use their thumb on another, right? So it's not prescriptive like that. So like I wanted to achieve something with sleight reading where you could then look at the sheet. This is like the intended thing, and if you can achieve transitioning from this state to this state for the audience's performance or the state of like a deck of cards or a packet of cards or something, then that's like the progression that I'm going for. So it's not prescriptive in how you do something, but like how to achieve this result. That being said, it also does not tell you what words to say as the patter. It's just the technical aspect of it. So like for music, there would be no lyrics basically. It's, you could come up with your own lyrics. I mean, you probably should come up with your own lyrics, but so yeah, that's the idea. But I started formalizing that, so that's super exciting. I even actually, so I wrote a quick HTML tool to help me out because I'm like, transitioning between these states, and if I have a complicated deck, and I'm like, now I have to copy and paste and rearrange or like reverse them, and it's just like, all right, let me just write a quick tool, which I've now kind of written. It's not fully done, but so I could put in a state and be like this transition, and then it'll just do it. And I'm like, copy this. No, this is great. So, all right, let me invisible hands. Sorry, I did see the request, but man, I was just excited about talking about sleight reading, which is what I'm calling it. So, okay, all right. So first things first, let me. Okay, so we have the four kings here. Let me introduce them to you. We have the king of clubs, we have the king of diamonds, we have the king of spades, and the king of hearts. Okay, so what I want to do with these four kings is something super interesting. Let me first go ahead and here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and tell you about. Oh no, sorry. This is not invisible palm. This is invisible hands, which is slightly different. Okay, so I have to do this in the hands. But look, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how we transport one card from one hand to another. So look, we have three over here and one over here. But look, if I just shake, you'll slowly see that one card melts from this side and actually appears on this side. I know that's super weird, right? Um, okay, but here's thank you kindly for the transporter sound. But look, now we have two and two. But look, we'll go ahead and do that again. So look, I'm just gonna shake, and you'll see one card melt from one side and then reappear on another side. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That should not happen. That's a little bizarre. Um, I know. Look at that. Thanks, E-Room. Okay, but let's see. So here's the other thing. So E-Room normally I would normally like to use the card that the person has that the person who requested the trick actually used. Sorry, let me rephrase. Normally, when somebody requests a trick, I normally like to use the card that they sign. I know eRoom has signed a card, the Three of Hearts, but unfortunately, I use the Kings instead, and so I need to rectify that mistake. And so instead of the Kings, I actually should have used the threes. So I don't know if you could tell, but look, now we have all of the threes, and there is eRoom sign at Three of Hearts. And that, my friends, is Invisible Hands. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the applause. eRoom and GipsonLens, thank you so much. All right, and with that, I'm going to close the queue. I'll do the outro, and then we will do a finale trick, and we'll go from there. And so, yeah. Whew. All right. Let me see here. What do I want to do as a finale trick today? Actually, wait, one of these was a boss trick, or did I already do it last week? I think I might have already done it last week, so... I recently actually had to change my something on my list. I renamed my streaming spreadsheet to be content creation because I added more tabs and now it means a lot more. It's doing a lot more stuff. Okay. All right. Nope, we're good on the finale tricks that I normally like to do. So, all right. So I think I'm feeling dazed today. So that's the one we'll do for finale. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. For the end of September stream. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. So thank you to everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you chatted, emotes, requested a trick, clicked on the heat map. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. Thank you so much to all the lurkers out there, because magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm doing magic, no magic is happening to me. The magic has to happen in your mind. So, thank you so much for all the support today. Thank you so much, Chris M. Yee, Charlie's Beats for the resubs, Chan the Magic Man for the resubs. Thank you so much to Mark Rides for all the gift subs. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, I might run out of decks of cards. I mean, that's probably not true. I probably have enough decks of cards, but like, I appreciate it. And it does give me a little bit of extra breathing room as far as like I can justify getting stuff for a stream because I'm like, this will be fun to do stuff on stream, like things like the triangle deck, right? Like I wouldn't normally get a triangle deck, but I'm like, this will be fun for stream, so I can get the triangle deck, so I can get things like that, so that's fun. Let's see. And for anybody who has never been here before, everything that you've seen on stream it's not black magic. It is not deals with the devil. It is not sorcery. Everything that you see here is sleight of hand card magic. And if you don't believe me and believe it's one of those things anyway, that's fine because I would claim this even if it was real. Great cover story. All right, guys, if you're not following and giving our mods some follows, give them some mod love, guys. Chan was in here earlier. Please give Chan a follow. Chan, the Magic Man, is one of the few magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. He does Magic Mondays, so give him a follow and catch him tomorrow. And guys, you're not following our friend and mod Bert, a.k.a. GipsonLens. Please give GipsonLens a follow. Plays a lot of what I would consider relaxing piano music. The other thing that we've been doing is he's been watching a lot of old classic movies, and then so I used to work for Blockbuster, and I used to watch a lot of movies. I haven't watched a lot of movies like lately, but he's doing movie reviews, and he's basically asking, whether I thought he liked them or not. I will let you know that my accuracy in percentage is, pretty bad. But anyway. I'm in the right era then. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Some of the movies that he mentions, I do not know. Like I've never heard of. There was what was it? Welcome to the Dollhouse yesterday. No, 2 days ago. He mentioned that. So I remember what the cover looks like from the video store because I would see it all the time, and I think it was in the comedy section. But I never saw it rented out, as far as I know. Nobody told me anything about it. I was there for years, and it's just so. I remember it now because Ebert loved it, and I'm like, yeah. So back then, I didn't really listen to. Well, at the time, it was Siskel and Ebert, and then it was Ebert and Roper. So, um, thanks for the shout out. Yeah, you're welcome, Obi-Wan. No problems. Our pleasure. That's probably why I watched it in the first place. Yeah, absolutely. So, anyway, that's another kind of side bonus thing that we're also doing at GipsonLens stream. Um, all right, and then with that, let me make sure I'm ready to do this trick, because if I'm not. All right, and other than that, if you guys want to see more of me and I'm not around, so I'm going to presume that I will still remain employed and have, fatherly duties and other things. But if you want to see more of me, you can check out my YouTube. I have over 280 magic performances on YouTube, and if you want to see any of my VODs that fall off retention here, they are all available on YouTube. Those are unlisted, so the only way to get to them is through this playlist, which this playlist is public, so you could conceivably find it, but it's more of a hassle. I'd rather you organically find the magic tricks. um, but anyway, yeah, check out more of me. There we go. And then, yeah, I guess with that. So, my pool is closed now, and so there will be a lot less swimming happening because it's going to get colder and the pool is closed. So, I may have more time in Q4 to do some more either YouTube or Twitch stuff because I'll have a bunch of time coming up, and my kid will probably have daycare for a bunch of that time. Um, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm not making any promises. It's just hey, I'm anticipating some time between now and the end of the year that I'll be able to do some stuff. But anyway, all right, and with that, let's go ahead and do our finale trick. Oh, if I mess up the finale trick, first of all, shame on me. And then secondly, I don't like to end on a trick in which I mess up on, so we will do another one if I mess up. But if I don't, it'll be fine. We'll be good. And then we'll find something to read. All right. Here we go. Okay, so I have this really weird packet. So here we have a 6 of diamonds. Here we have a queen of clubs. And then I've got these 4 other cards. They look kind of normal from this side. But if I flip them over, you're going to see that they're strange on this side because now it is, they're double backed, right? So there's back. Oh, except for this one. This one's super weird. This one is blank on this side. So this is weird. Now, these cards have a strange property that I've noticed. And that property is that they like to reflect what I kind of put them over. So like if I go ahead and I take the 6 of diamonds and I just wave this over the 6 of diamonds, I don't know if you know, but all of these cards actually become 6 of diamonds. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? But now, if I do the same thing with this queen of clubs, now if I go ahead and I just reflect the queen of clubs there, I don't know if you know, but all of those cards are now going to become queens of clubs. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? That should not happen. Now, even up until the very last moment, you'll see that we still have the queens of clubs here. But look, if I go ahead and I take this blank card, and the instant that I turn the blank card face up onto the queens of clubs, that's actually going to change all of them to be blank. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And now some people believe, hey, there's something weird with the backs. I want to see the backs. And to that I would say, yeah, sure. Here's the backs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 backs. And that, my friends, is my handling and performance of a trick called Dazed. And I will call that a successful finale. E-Room, thank you so much for the emotes, for the mind blown, and the Queen of Clubs. Thank you so much for the applause. E-Room, thank you for the claps. Chris M.E., GipsonLens. Thank you for the ding. Let's see. I was poking around and hopping around to some streams that had some TwitchCon clips and stuff. So that was fun. I mostly heard about TwitchCon from GipsonLens' stream. So for anybody who went to TwitchCon, hopefully y'all had fun. I hope to make it back again to TwitchCon at some point. Don't know when, but you know, if I'm on a cadence of there's at least like a big con every 3 years, so then every year I choose a different one. So like, you know, probably in the next 2 years I'll be going back to TwitchCon. So, um, but other than that, you know, hey, maybe you'll see me at a different con because I love going to cons. And it's not that I wouldn't go to every con that I could, but between, you know, finances and like time off from work, you know, got to pick and choose my cons. And even if I had like, you know, time off from work and all the money in the world, you know, I wouldn't want to leave my kid like to my wife just, you know, for 4 days like all the time. I think she would get really upset. Vampire Eat, welcome in and thank you for all the applause. I will assume that you were lurking. So thank you so much for coming back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. All right. So with that, let's go see who is on and who can raid. Raid. Hey, does anybody remember that old show Invader Zim? It was like on Nickelodeon for a while, but it's based on like I forgot who was the Jonan Vasquez or something. I think it was like based on a graphic, a comic or graphic novel. I'm not sure, but I was thinking the Doom song. Doom 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 doom. Would it be so? Right now, my computer is doing the same. Let's see. GipsonLens says I didn't really watch it. Horvitz is the voice of Invader Zim and Raz from Psychonauts. Ah, okay. I made it for the finale trick. Oh, I'm glad you made it for the finale trick. Um, so I don't know what just happened with my stream, or sorry, my browser, but I'm getting that weird browser dying thing if I try and load it while I'm running OBS again, which is weird because I don't think that should be happening. Let me open up a different browser. So anyway, I have like 5 browsers installed, and I actually use like 4 of them, which is so weird. Gur was great. Oh yeah, doom 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 doom. It's like the Doom song, right? Is what it was called. Yeah, Gur was great. I use 3 browsers. Oh, awesome. Yeah, yeah. Like I don't think anybody should be tied to any one browser anymore. There's so many reasons to use multiple browsers, and if nothing else, just to prevent one company from getting all of your browsing information is probably good enough to be like using multiple. I mean, it's kind of irrelevant if you log into all of them anyway, but like, I don't know. Okay, at least I'm logged in on this one. Let me mute tab. Okay, let me see who's up. Let's see. Who haven't we gone to for a while? Um, let's see. I am not sure where to go. Oh, you know what? Hold on. When was the last time? Did we raid this person? Oh, not too long ago, or um, it appears as though I have not raided this person. So this is a gamer, and they're playing Legend of Zelda. Let me see. Where are they playing? Yeah, or 4 if counting my phone. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess I would count. Well, on your phone, there's multiple browsers, so you know. I think the default one for Android is is Chrome. But if it's like Apple, I think what's that? Opera. Okay, let's go ahead and raid. I've never raided this person, but I believe that they have come over to our stream a couple of times. I don't know if they've raided in, but oh yeah, Safari. That's it. Okay, let's go ahead and raid our friend Silent XX Bunny. So Silent XX Bunny is currently playing Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Now I was right, but I didn't say Zelda. Oh, okay. I've been to say it when you mentioned Zelda. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. All right, that's cool. I would not doubt that you know, because I know you know who this is. So yeah, but yeah, I don't think I've ever rated, and because I don't know if I've had the opportunity. So um, here's some raid calls. If anybody would like to come along with some raid calls, so let's go ahead and raid Silent XX Bunny. So Silent XX Bunny plays a lot of Zelda, plays retro Zelda, plays new Zelda, also plays some other games, but usually plays some sort of Zelda. But is also a mod for Unfocused and IA. So let's go over and give Silent Bunny some support. All right. Thank you for the follow, Random Man 29. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for coming by. Hopefully, you all had fun. Hopefully, we'll see you around again another time. Everybody, take care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate and stretch and get good sleep. All right. So, everybody, take care. We'll see you around. Have a glorious week. Bye.